you're a bloody numpty.
It's the best Yorkshire insult that you can use.
Why would I tell myself to fuck myself, Harry? Come on, man.
Right, Harry.
Did you know that's actually possible to do?
It is.
Elaborate. I want to hear Callum's reasoning here.
Well, oh no, yeah, you can vote.
Well, at Callum's feet.
All right. Thank you, Harry. You
Well-
adorable little chubby muffin. Yeah.
Nigga,
there's-
that's
No, right. You can get a bathtub to help yourself with this. What you do, right, is you have to be flaccid, obviously. I love how Kai's the one who laughed at that. Right.
Well, I'm not laughing because I already know what it is. So,
Yeah.
you know,
I'm
tell
glad
me
one
shit.
of us does.
I'm
Right.
writing down
Yes,
notes.
What you do is Harry's taking down notes right now. No, right. What you do is
Just
you
yeah.
kind of like, since it's flaccid, obviously, you push it to the side and you bring like the balls the other way. So basically, it's like you've inverted your dick, really. And it is it's weird. And then obviously it helps if you have a bathtub to keep it like pushed up because obviously it'll droop a bit and it'll kind of flop back into its usual routine and crescendo. And then obviously.
Kind of imagining Callum waving it like a conductor at an orchestra.
And now your penis will fall out. It's great.
No, right. So obviously it helps if you have it like up against the bath, and you have to be quite like oiled up or something from what I've heard. But then it just
From what you've heard.
Yeah.
it's just
Heard.
it
Wink,
just dog,
wonk.
no, it dogs into Bay 1 basically.
Like, you could have said this in
Like-
such like a more simple way.
You are cleared
Alan.
for landing. Well, I've literally told you the details on how to do.
He's
such a
told
thing.
you the ins and outs to it.
Basically, you get naked, you twist your penis into your butt, and then you fuck it. That's basically it in a
No,
nut.
but it's not that simple, Will.
All right, welcome to
it
podcast
is.
22.
Wait.
It is the 26th.
Welcome to the ass fucking podcast. I dislike how this is the first podcast I've been in a while, and it's immediately associated with anal sex as the main topic.
Will.
It's not okay.
If it just slides in, how like wide is your anus?
I'm not saying it just slides in. I'm just saying, in the simple ways of term, to fuck yourself, all you gotta do is.
Is it
twist
like
your-
trying to hold
twist
one of
your
those
pinky
big
around,
belly
put it
things
in
that you can't hold?
What? And it's good.
All right then.
Hi.
I just have a quick question for Harry. Right, look at the last entry I sent you for the diary. Does it say the 14th of September?
Hold on.
Because if it don't, you're in big trouble, boy.
Big trouble. Why?
Big
Because-
trouble, oh.
Don't spank me, Kai.
It's not gonna spank you. It's
Harry.
gonna go all daddy on you and beat the shit out of you.
Harry, I wouldn't satisfy you. You need 8 legs for that.
Ah.
Tropical humour.
Kai?
Wait, watch the
Yeah.
other podcast.
Is your dog in the call?
No.
Sorry, Kai. I can't find the last entry because I've got nothing but you spamming me with my face.
No, Harry. Harry. You said that you
Yeah?
put them in your messenger, so it shouldn't be hard.
I also said, could you send the last two again?
No, I want to know which ones you have, so I know which one sent.
All of them. They're
Right.
all
What was the last one you got?
All right.
It should say
All right,
14.
Kai, calm yourself. Stop perioding.
I've already done it 50 times though, and it was
Right.
glorious. That's why my room's red.
All right, the first one says. Right. Kai, shut up!
I'm
That's
not
Kai.
speaking.
Will, shut up! Right, I've got the 8th of September, the 11th of September.
I'm asking what the last one is.
Shut up. I've got the 12th of September, 14th, 13th, 14th again, entry 2, 14th, entry 3. And that's it. The last one I've got is entry 3, 14.
Oh.
Is entry 3 a metaphor for Uranus?
With all its wide glory.
Oh dear.
Mine listens to the cast. I'm ashamed.
You should be.
She won't
Well, if
want me
anything, I
around
feel like
anymore,
she'll
will
be
she?
ashamed. She'll be ashamed in Callum for starting it with anal sex.
Hey, I didn't choose when the podcast started, alright? You asked, I answered.
You answered in excruciating detail, though.
You have to be thorough.
Wink.
I know you
Wink.
do.
That was the joke.
Heppel do. I'm going to send you the 19th.
Who is Kettle Dupe?
Who do you think? Harry, obviously.
Alright.
Yeah.
No, we're talking.
Harry doesn't look like a kettle, though.
Yeah,
It
but
was
we're
like a
talking
big-
about her crinkle
Yeah.
carimple. You know, come on.
Form what's focus.
It still looks like a cup.
Stop bringing that back.
Sorry, that's not an eye.
Ah, yes,
There's
just like
I
it's a
like
little
that.
girl and not Robotnik.
Alright, technically, I'm not the only one who's made that comparison now. I looked at an article recently, and apparently a lot of people have christened her a new character. So fuck you. I'm not the only one who made that.
Wait, what? Robotnik's now a small girl? Hello? What is this?
Have you played Sonic
I love
Mania?
how only then.
Hello,
was,
I am Robotnik.
when
I am
small
but
girls are
tiny child.
involved.
Oh god.
Have you played Sonic Mania yet, Will?
No.
Okay. There's this spider boss, and
Okay.
it's Robotnik upside down.
Okay.
But like at first glance, it
Of course
looks
you know
very
this.
like a young girl. So people online have said, "Oh yeah, it's just Eggman's niece, Eggina or Eggette."
I mean, I know Eggman's kind of a crappy name, but Egina is brilliant.
It's either Eggina or Eggette.
Baguette, that's way better. She is French. Why have a baguette when you can have an eggette?
Oh dear. Okay,
Pretty
so
sure an eggette is just a panini.
hey daughter, I'm going to name you after a sandwich.
I had a chicken and bacon panini today, so technically I ate Dr. Eggman's daughter out. Wait, what?
But was there egg in it? If not, then
Now,
wasn't
Harry, could you do some research and see what age the little girl was?
Well, it's never said. She's
Harry, you use your advanced skills of researching children. Look up the little girl. Do it.
Which little girl? Eggette.
Why are we doing
He
this?
says which, meaning that he has looked at multiple. Hmm.
No words, Bill.
That always confuses me. Well, I know, like, Bill is another way of saying, Will, for some reason. I don't know why. But, like, how come everybody else calls you Will, but only your dad calls you Billy? I don't
Billy?
understand.
Because it's one of those things of it's like your family has different names for you. So like when you have a name that can be interpreted or like said in multiple ways, like if there's many like I guess spin-off names for it.
A new series.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like it's one of those things of like people say different things. So like if you have a name that can be shortened and stuff, so like say at home and stuff, if you have a name that could be shortened,
My name
so
can't
like
be
I don't know,
shortened anymore.
say a name like Daniel or something, and it's like at home people like your family will call you Dan, but then if you're in trouble they'll call you by your full name kind of thing. It's kind of like that, I guess.
So that's why I was called faggot.
What up, past guy? Better beep that out.
Oh no.
Don't be a person.
Oh god, I was gonna take it one step further and be like, that's what I was called. No.
Alright, well, we're gonna actually have to bleep that.
Now you have to believe it. I'm contributing. Woo.
Okay, so according to according to the structure, anything else?
Nothing interesting.
I became apathetic one day and made a teen noir.
Yeah, you did. It was actually brilliant. Everything was just really like I'll put up like a clip or something. I don't know when the podcast goes out. But Harry, I think got yeah, it probably won't. Harry got bored the other day and just made a noir out. He outstretched making tea into like 4 minutes, with like very glitchy kind of eight.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
I find
I
it funny. Like,
I trekked up a mountain. Harry made tea.
No, that wasn't the same day. Like when
was
you
it-
trekked
was
up
it
the
the
mountain,
yogurt
I
one?
was eating yogurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, noir yogurt. It was
That wasn't
streamed
noir
across the whole
yogurt. It was
series.
normal yogurt.
Was it black
Well,
yogurt?
that's no good yogurt, is it? It's got to be noir or nothing.
It was slightly classical in tone, but it wasn't noir.
Oh, that could be a new phrase, Harry. Let's patent it. You know how it's nerf or nothing. How about it's noir or nothing? Our whole goal is like we're mobile noir outfitters or like accessorizers or whatnot. So we just turn up to places and make it incredibly noir.
Wait, are we like in Night of the Museum 2, where like the mob people walk around in just like noir colours and shit?
Yeah, sure. we turn up to places in black and white. It's great.
See, it reminds me of this idea that I pitched to Kai ages ago, and we never ended up doing it, called the Noir game, where like I wanted like just a random person to like a random one of us to just type out a phrase, and for the other person to have it filmed or said in the style of a 1920s noir. So but have it be completely ridiculous. It has to be said seriously by like in like a gruff, New York cop who's
Let's think of some now. Let's think of some now.
So what, kind of like the more like original Max Payne games in a way, like the way it's really deep and gruff and kind of stuff. Like
kind of, but like
Yeah.
the premise of it is that what is being said is utterly ridiculous.
All right.
Well, how about we reverse back to putting things inside yourself while in the bath?
I'd rather not, thanks.
Someone else needs to write out. Like,
I've already cleaned my eyes and ears.
someone else needs to write out what to say. Like, if
I would just like 1 second here. I would just like to make a disclaimer that I have not done that. I have just heard very strange things.
Yes.
Any people currently listening to this in the bath wishing to take Instruct, please don't. And if you already have, go to A&E.
But yeah, like
Bring
while
it
you're
back
thinking
with
of a topic, Kai, if you want to type something out, I'll do it in the style of the Noir game whilst we're talking about shit. Yeah, sure.
I think what Kai was hinting at is he wants a Noir like self-butt fucking. Like...
Yeah, but like the whole point of it is someone else writes it and someone else says it.
Well, why don't you give it? Why don't you, as it's a game? Why don't one of the extra things of it be like it's more of an improv thing? So it's kind of just like you get given a word and you have to make up a dialogue
All right.
in your head. Because I feel like that would be more better. Because otherwise you're just reading a script and that's.
Fine.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's a game.
Or we can just watch a different dub of Revenge of the Sith for 2 hours. It's funny because me and Harry and me and Kai have both done that.
It was great.
Ew,
See,
fucking nerds.
yeah, me and Callum watched.
You're a diva main.
So lame. I'm not a diva main.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sure
You
now.
Were?
Overwatch
No, I
debate,
wasn't.
You were.
Callum, I played Diva in the time we were playing together because I was practicing like heroes that I wasn't super duper good with.
Were you playing together in the bath?
We'll see.
Oh
We'll see.
no, Kai.
Sorry,
like-
leave that out. Oh,
Kai,
no.
I will come over to your house and
Please-
break your neck in
please-
front of your family if you don't
please,
shut up
well-
about the fucking.
Please, Will, please don't come over me.
Well,
Oh dear. Yes, Harry.
since you're good at voices, Kai just sent me a premise, and you have to say it in the style of a noir.
Oh, but I can't remember how the noir voice goes.
I've sent it to you, Will. On.
Oh, what
like-
are
It's
we
like
doing?
the only noir kind of voice that I can remember is I think one of Tom Scar's one where it's got like the slight twinge of a Brooklyn-esque accent. I
Right,
can't
for the
remember.
sake of the audience, read out what the premise is, Kai.
Me?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, I'm the only Kai, the one and only. All of us shall die. The premise is feeding a dog while eating the prickly part of a pineapple and doing an Irish jig while on fire.
Now, I know this is meant to be like an improv game, but I think you're stretching it a bit. Come on, that's a lot.
Okay, I'll do another one.
I hate this dog. Been feeding it for days. Been forced to do an Irish jig. My mum was from Ireland. Those were the days. Oh shit, I'm on fire.
Whoops, that damn dog.
I don't know why that.
I knew he was an
Just
narcissist.
The what?
I was trying to do a noir, but like it just devolved into Duke Nuke.
Where did the prickly part of the pineapple go into it, though?
Uh,
Or was that in the bath with you and the dog?
I don't know.
Okay.
My dog set me on fire as
I-
he was looking at me.
I hate this bath.
The
The taps are like blood. Down drain.
Oh dear.
I don't know what this is. Someone say something else.
Vaginas! Comedy! Right. Penis! Comedy! Woo! Fucking yourself in the ass in the bath! Woo! Comedy!
Derail. Someone change the topic, quick.
Well, wouldn't it be best to put like a topic? Like, why don't you put it in Skype or something in Skype chat so we kind of like know what it is, and then when one person, hey, how about we add on a thing like to the game? So it's like I don't know, we'll say like the first word is like, so like for example, we could say dog, right? So a guy could describe a dog in noir voice. But then, when you start to run out of ideas or what you described it, then someone adds on another word. So it's like one of those never-ending story kind of games.
Oh god.
Like the
okay.
dog was sitting there looking at me. He set me on fire whilst eating a pineapple in the bath. Just keep adding on.
Should we do that? Like a round?
Yeah, sure.
Can
Yeah, sure. Callum.
Oh wait, what? Who? What? Who? What? Who?
Karimbo.
Yeah,
I'm not Christmas.
Callum is
Columbus!
Find
No,
America again.
I'm
Columbus.
not good at doing voices, so you guys natter amongst yourself.
Okay, so me, Will, and Harry will do a circle story thing. Okay, who's gonna start?
There's only 3 of us. It's a triangle, Kai.
I was gonna say Columbus, but it came out as Columbus.
It can still be a circle, Harry. God.
Yeah.
3 people.
But just because there's 3 points doesn't mean it's a triangle. If we make the lines curve, then technically it's a circle.
Ah, shapes.
Yeah.
Represent.
I hate these shapes. I'm 2 years old. I've been given shapes in front of me. Some oval, some squares, even some triangles. God, I miss the triangles. Remind me of Toblerone.
What way are we going?
We'll go. Will, Harry, me. Harry.
So what I think we should do, because otherwise you could just go on forever because it's Noir and you can explain one object in about 4 series of 20 episodes that each last an hour. We should do it so it's limited to like a minor description and what it's doing. So like the dog looked at me and set me on fire, something like that.
Okay.
Like he looked at me with a burning passion.
All right, yeah.
It was so burning, I found myself ignited a few seconds
Okay,
later.
so should we say like 1 sentence each?
The reason why I said not like 1 sentence is because a sentence is hard to measure when it's not written.
Fair enough.
Can I be the one that like says like a piece of dialogue?
Yeah, sure.
Cool. Okay. Will, go.
Oh, I don't have to go. I need a word to start off with.
Okay, carrots.
Bath.
Carrots.
I was gonna go bath.
Fine, go back.
I'm going with carrots. I feel like carrots it'd be funnier. Like, I came home late one afternoon. I was hungry, so I chopped up some carrots and boiled them in a pot. And then, like, that's like the level of shortness we'd have, because then we can add on something else and it would work on in tandem. So who's ever's next? The next
I've been
word.
smoking quite a lot that night, so the carrots looked up at me and smiled and said, "Hey, Jimmy, how you doing today?"
Well, Harry, we need to, as great as that is, we do need to give, like, we need to give you a word before you go on. Luckily enough, my next word was actually smoking. So, right. So now
count?
Harry's finished his. Now, Harry, you give a thing for Kai.
Okay. Passports.
So there's weird, hallucinogenic carrots looking at you. Now you have to tie in passport.
I was in the airport waiting to be checked in. Turns out I was a carrot after all.
Okay. Now what's your word?
Carry on, Will.
Green.
Green. Well, at least I thought I was a carrot. I rushed into the airport bathroom because I felt a bit queasy, and I was completely green, not like a carrot at all. Carrots are orange, I thought to myself.
Okay.
As it's an airport, bombs.
Alright.
Time bombs. Go, Harry.
Well, Harry will be good at this one, won't he?
Yeah. Previous podcast, shameless plug. Kai, make an annotation.
Well.
I looked down and saw that I had a bomb strapped to my chest. I wondered to myself, how did I get here? Okay, Kai, I'm going to go with goggles.
I wore my goggles. Tech implode. Turns out I'm in 5 pieces instead of...
Implosion.
Yeah.
It's an inside-out bomb, obviously.
I'll give
so what's
you
next?
the wrap, as in tortilla wrap.
I soon realized that the goggles would only protect my face, but not my body. So I found an extra-large tortilla wrap in one of the bathroom stalls. I wrapped myself in it. I knew that under the right temperatures caused by the explosion, it would cause the wrap to harden and cause me no grievous harm to my body.
How big is this wrap?
Well, I said it's a giant wrap. He's going to cover himself in it. So it's obviously human size. Why would you cover yourself in a normal tortilla wrap? I mean, well, there's already anthropomorphic carrots, and it turns out our noir detective is a carrot, but not because he is green instead of orange. So, like, there's probably giant other food. So he's just like murdered a tortilla in the stall and like stolen his skin and is now wearing. Oh God, this got dark. Okay, next word. Guard.
Ethan has already clicked away.
Dark. Was it dark?
Security guards.
Security guards.
Yeah, so the security guards come into the bathroom and stuff and find you there.
Okay.
Goggles, bright green and wrapped in a dead tortilla's flesh.
Suddenly, I heard noises outside. I peeked from my wrap protection and found security guards. Were they onto me? Did they know my secret? Only time will tell. I'm trapped here. Help.
Help, I am trapped. Oh no.
Okay, your next word is helicopter, Kai.
Okay. How am I gonna do this? Alright, luckily, for my own safety, I had a second bomb in my back pocket. I already had a helicopter on call. Nobody knows how I escaped. I'm only 3 feet tall.
Wait, is he slowly turning into Pickle? Is he Pickle Rick? Is this the big reveal? He thought he was a carrot because he was cylindrical, but he's actually green. It turns out he's Pickle Rick all along.
Will, your word is Sith.
Is what?
Sith.
As in...
The Sith from Star Wars.
Oh God, I thought you said Civ, but imagine if that was actually the ending. He was like Pickle Rick. Hey Morty, I ripped off a tortilla's flesh and I bombed a major airport.
Oh, jeez, Rick, you really shouldn't be doing that.
Rick, you shouldn't be doing that. Hey, shut up, Morty. I'll bomb whatever I please. Sith. Okay.
Are you having fun there, Callum?
After escaping on my helicopter, I flew into space and I returned to my Sith headquarters. To be honest, I don't really know because it's like I've watched Star Wars, but I'm not a big Star Wars fan, so
get out
I feel
of
like
this podcast.
Oh no, it's like what I mean by that is it's like I've watched the movies, but I haven't really, done anything else but watch the movies because it's like I like Star Wars, but it's not my favorite kind of thing,
This face exists.
Oh yeah. Okay, next word from the Sith. The bombs actually explode now because I've just realised Kai made you run out of the thing. Leave the airport without the bombs actually going off and killing anything.
It didn't explode, it imploded.
Even still, so now you're in the Sith headquarters and your bombs have still got to implode.
What was his word?
What's my word? What's my word?
Explosion.
Okay, fine. Suddenly, my Sith master, Darth...
Harry, where's your Noir voice? Shame on you!
Okay. Suddenly, my Sith master, Darth Flidius, came in the room. He told me that the implosion was actually an explosion. I gasped. How could this be?
Right, okay, let's just do a rundown. So...
Imagine you as caveman SpongeBob, then like, oh. I love it as well how like your Noir voice is slowly dissolved into like a really edgy teen, like.
You sound like the guy from Kung Fury.
You sound like the really shitty college humor Batman.
So let's do a rundown. So we've got a sentient carrot who is green, has imploded in an airport, and escaped via helicopter, who has been trained by a Sith.
Yes.
But
was he meaning to blow up? But there's mystery because is he actually a carrot and is he actually working for the Sith or working against them? Because he didn't explode the bombs.
We'll have to find out with our next word, Kai. A box of crackers.
I can think of some stories like straight off the bat.
I seductively fed my Sith Lord Master the box of crackers. Luckily they were Ritz, and he didn't kill me with light. Okay, well, your next word is nougat.
Nougat? Oh god.
Nougat.
After feeding him crackers, I could tell that my master wasn't sated with just one item of food. So, to keep him distracted from the bomb I was planting all over the base, I decided to feed him nougat. He looked at me suspiciously. Nougat? After crackers? Are you insane? To which I replied, no, I am evil, my master. He congratulated my weird evilness and bid me on my way. Okay, next word.
How are you holding up, Callum? Are you enjoying it?
No.
The next word is Callum, because he's not joining in, so we're going to involve him in the universe.
Back in my dormitory, I realized something. My roommate Callum had gone missing. Where could he be? I'm sure I saw him ages ago when I was seductively feeding my Sith master a box of crackers and nougat. Was he under the bed? Was he in the cupboard? I'll have to look into this further.
Writes down a little sketchbook. Must investigate further.
Starts criminal profiling. Okay, let's draw out the bed and the cupboards, possible places he could be. Excuse me, Sith Master, have you seen this bed and or cupboard? My friend Callum may be trapped inside.
Is he still a carrot at this point?
Yeah, he's still a carrot.
Still 3 inches.
He's 3 inches tall carrot
Am I
that
just
probably
imagining-
isn't.
I'm imagining like just a 3-inch tall carrot with sunglasses, a mustache, and a normal sized cigar.
No, he's got to have a trench coat as well, and like a funny little like bowler hat.
Okay, it's 2 words. Super Mario.
Oh God.
Remember, your current story assets are the bomb that's been planted in the Sith base, your Sith Lord, and Callum, your roommate,
Okay.
He's gone missing.
who is missing as of right now. And also, you can touch on your like whether you're going to do the big reveal of whether or not you're actually a carrot. So you got a lot going for you.
Shall we wrap this up like after this round, and then like we can actually involve Callum in the conversation again?
After mine, because then it'll be full circle.
Okay.
So you gotta start closing it with Super Mario.
My only lead was a pile of Super Mario porn.
Why is that the first place you go to?
And the guy in the closet, handing it out, Charles Martinet.
It's Charles! Where's Callum?
Maybe Charles knows where Callum went.
Oh, God's sake.
Ponder further.
Okay.
Okay, your word is Saturday.
This Saturday has been the worst so far. I've lost my friend Callum. Some guy called Charles is handing out some weird porn in a closet. My Sith Master may be onto me due to the nougat I was giving him. It was inefficient in quality, size, and taste. The bomb didn't even explode. Today is not my day. There you go. That's the end. That's where it all ends.
Yeah.
Alright then. Alright, let's do a roundup. What happened? Let's write a synopsis for this.
Absolutely nothing.
Let's ask Callum. He was listening to the story. What happened, Callum?
Some carrot massaged a Sith Lord with crackers and found out that some other kid called Callum was missing. And then he just wrote that down in his diary, shat on it, and closed it up, ready for the next day because he hates himself. There you go. I don't know.
You know what? I don't know. From your loving description, I'm not sure Callum was paying full attention during that.
I don't think anyone was, to be honest. I
I
mean, what was it?
I was paying attention.
I was
because, like
invested.
the point of the game of like a never-ending story is you've got to remember everything that everyone else has said or like the details of what happened, which is why I was like telling you like the story assets and stuff because you got to build the story off of those.
One second. Why was Peter Cullen the voice of Super Mario?
I have no idea who that is.
It's the guy who voices Optimus and Eeyore.
No. Mario's Charles Martinet.
I know, but like obviously they have multiple voices for different things. So like Lou Albano did the voice of Mario Bros. Super Show. Walker Boone did it on Mario Bros. 3 Triggered, and then Peter Cullen did it on Supercade.
Oh, I was gonna say if he's the one that did it, is he the one from like the really crappy cartoons where it's like, "Hey Luigi,"
Mama Luigi.
Luigi, that's how you get prostate cancer.
Anyway.
Luigi, what you doing, Luigi? You're killing me here.
Hey Luigi, how about you not fuck my girlfriend, you cuck? Come on.
Anyway, that all nice tied up. Callum, you've got some topics you'd like to talk about? Rain them on
Hey,
us.
Callum, what's the next topic?
Well, anything I say is not gonna beat what just happened. So, like, it's mainly just sort of like game stuff and
Go ahead.
game stuff.
We need some actual, like, film, TV knowledge in this podcast.
Well-
All we've had is sentient carrots.
I mean, Will might not care about this. Harry will care about it because he's only sexually attracted, and Kai will probably care about this very much. In that, the fact of Insomniac Games' art director, their names escaped me. She is going to see a real scientist for sciencey stuff on the new Spider-Man game.
Scientist stuff.
Yeah, but the thing is, it's the art director. Why would she need to go and see like a scientist for that kind of thing?
Maybe she needs to finally
that's
figure
what she
out
tweeted out.
whether spiders actually have 8 legs or not. It might be baffling her whole life.
Oh, maybe she needs to find out, like, whether or not physics work.
Well, no, because if it's the art director, that probably wouldn't be the problem. It's probably just like so she can analyze what spiders are like. 'Cause I'm pretty sure they'll add in some form of spider, but like maybe also for the webbing to see how like webbing is formed, like how they would.
Maybe they'll do like different
Wait.
densities and stuff.
Maybe they'll add in the old Spider Lady from the Spider-Man, like
Oh,
Madam
Madam
Web.
Web.
animation.
Yeah.
Yeah, Spider Woman.
Right. Is everyone here looking forward to that game?
I am.
It
Well, that-
has my interest. I won't say I'm super I'm not like fucking blowing a load over it or anything, but like it does have my interest. Like it does look like it can be quite good. Like the mechanics are pretty solid and stuff. So
I mean, like, what they did was in one of the trailers. I think it was the D23 trailer where they showed the faster swinging, which looked quite cool. There's a point where I don't know what his job is at Insomniac, but someone said everyone has their own image of what Spider-Man looks like, and it was interesting to me because I was kind of like, is there a suit customizer, please?
I want
'Cause
that
they've
so much.
Yeah, me too. They've confirmed that there will be alternate skins in the game.
Oh, thank God. I mean, I like the new suit, like, a little bit, like, with the
Yeah.
whole, like, big new, like, the sporty kind of feeling new Spider, but having the ability to have new suits would help.
Yeah. Like, the
can
thing
one
is,
of the new skins make him Black Spider-Man, but like actually black as well? That
well,
would be
Miles Morales is
amazing.
in the game, but we don't know if he plays a bigger role
Yeah.
as of yet.
It would be good if we could play as Miles, but,
Yeah.
like, it maybe...
I mean,
don't
the
know,
thing
like-
is, though,
yeah.
in the end of the gameplay trailer, obviously Spider-Man gets touched by Mr. Negative, which normally makes people darker than the symbiote would ever make them. So,
It makes them have really bad thoughts and they can't get out of bed in the morning because they're like, oh, what's the point of life? I'm full of negativity now. Oh no.
And this black slime.
Oh, I have turned into a black slime because life is pointless. Oh no. I'm so negative. Help.
But yeah, like I don't know if you follow people like Achievement Hunter and stuff, but their whole Let's Play community, they have called Kinda Funny. One of the people on there did something at E3, and apparently, and I'm not sure if I believe him though, because you know he's not exactly a credible source. He did say that something about customization is confirmed, but again, this guy's said some shady stuff before, so I don't know whether to believe him.
yeah, like I do kind of, I really want like a suit customizer. So it's kind of like how Injustice did it, but more detailed. So you have like obviously the legs, the feet, the main chest, arms, and head, but then you instead also have like his eyes, his colors for his individual bits, and his spider, like
Yeah.
front and back spider.
Would
I thought that'd be really cool. But the thing is, like, I don't want them to hold back. Like, I wish that we could have like a full-on Spider-Man suit and then have a beanie on him if we wanted to, that kind of thing. Because like obviously that can be your own Spidey. Like you can have him stay as that vigilante kind of figure, or you can have him.
Sony, don't hold back.
what?
I don't think
It is
they
Sony,
would
though.
put in that much like attention to detail with like the customizations. I'm guessing when they're customizing it, due to like the expanse of the game and how big it looks and like the actual mechanics and implications of what they're trying to do with the game, I think as far as it goes customizing wise, it'll either be there's a few set outfits you can like equip and wear, just like different like Spider-Man outfits.
Yeah.
or it'll be like a color change thing. I don't think they'll allow you to
No,
like
that-
add
like-
clothes or dress
Yeah,
up
yeah, I
differently.
know.
Like, maybe
Like, I was
when you're
just
not
saying
dressed
that's
up
what I'd
as
really want.
Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Do you mean like like in I think it was in TASM 2, where they had the Ricochet thing, how he was wearing like a jacket over him. Also, one thing I want to know is, right, you know how you made the comparison to Injustice?
Yeah.
Well, obviously with Injustice they have kind of preset colors with like golds and
Yeah.
like all sorts of stuff.
Yeah.
Would you want that kind of coloring, or would you want like a hue changer kind of thing where you could make like a blue Spider-Man with
I think
black
it'd be nice
highlights?
to have like a hue changer, but obviously like make it so that it's in depth enough for people who really care, but
Yeah.
then also simple enough. So like have the option to switch, because there are a few games that do that, of where like say like Forza, I think. No, I think it was Need for Speed that did it. I'm not sure though. Of where you have all these like set colors, but if you want to delve into the RGBs and hexes and stuff, then you can go into that. I mean, I know they won't go that far in depth, but it'd be really cool if like a Spider-Man game did that.
Photo
but-
terminology makes me slightly warm.
No, but they have confirmed that the white spider does play a role in the story.
Yeah, they say it on Twitter or something. They were like, "Oh, it's in the game and has a purpose and all that."
Yeah, I think so.
My immediate thought was the fact that like, because in Homecoming is
Yeah, it's like a
they
drone.
Had they had like a drone on him because tech. My immediate thought was, oh, it's like a little flimsy paper kite. It just kind of floats over to enemies and just slightly wafts them because. Yeah.
What I think would be really neat if they did add in like color changes and whatnot is that like I know they probably won't, but it'd be really cool if they did. If they made it so that if you put your color set to like another Spider-Man's like suit color, it would give you the abilities of that suit. So like say for example in like the Spider-Man game for the PS1, like the first one and stuff, like if you made your suit blue and white, it would like make you armored and stuff. That'd be really cool.
Yeah.
Would you want a thing again like Injustice where different pieces of the costume like could be worth more than others? Like maybe if you got different web shooters, some could be a bit more powerful. Maybe have
Well, they kind of did that in the Amazing Spider-Man 2, but it was to a lesser degree of where each different suit had like a little like buff or debuff.
Yeah. So like the Miles Morales.
I thought that was
is
a
more
really cool
sneaky.
thing, but like I think it didn't work per se.
I
So
didn't
that game
feel
just,
any different with them on. Like I do
No.
stealth missions with the Miles suit, but then also do it with like the the Ricochet one and stuff like that. Ricochet, by the way, for people who don't know, is it's the one with the hair, isn't it, and the big arm.
Yeah, it's the one with the hair and the leather jacket, the one which is mainly white. So it's just Harry.
During
Really.
Spidey's cool.
It's just you, Harry. That's all it is.
Here's a question though. In the TASM games, they brought in, I think only in TASM 1 anyway, they brought in the old Raimi suits as like little
Yeah, they did.
things. Would you want that in the new game?
Hell yes.
For them to bring in the Raimi suit, the TASM suits, because TASM 2, that suit are kind of like even Harry says that's probably one of his favourite suits so far.
Yeah, I think it was the best on-screen suit in relation to comics.
Yeah, then big
But
eyes.
I want a Spider-Man suit.
Japanese Spider-Man.
Be fantastic. And I want like the suit up animation to be the same.
Harry, when you said that on my end, it came out really weird. So I thought you said super high man suit. So I'm expecting this ganja themed fucking like weed themed Spider-Man. Oh, that would be great if they added in like colors and abilities, and if you made your Spider-Man like light green and dark green and stuff, it just made it so you played through the whole game like stoned. That'd be awesome.
replace
Well, it
the
just adds like a filter.
Just replace the spider logo with just like a cannabis leaf.
Yeah, and
it would
the
feel
whole
really well.
game basically becomes like slow mo and has like a slight blur filter on it. That'd be awesome. Oh
I
god.
imagine, to quote, I think only Callum will get this reference, but I imagine like he's just floating around going, "Whoa, that'll wake you up."
Oh no. It's like, is this the flight to Newark? Oh wait, I'm already flying.
Yeah, me and Callum the other night were just re-quoting the TAS 2 lines because that, you know how over time voice acting has gotten better in games. Well, in TAS 2 it was good, but the some lines repeated themselves way too often.
Yeah, there just wasn't enough of them. I think we resolved the problem
Yeah,
to
like
being.
every couple of minutes you get like, "Wow, that's the last time I ate garlic pizza before putting on the mask. Yeesh!" And I'm like, "Come up with something else." Wait, it's not as bad as
No, but it's like that game's really stupid though, because I've said this before and I'll say it again. That like you'll be carrying a bomb that's about to explode and level like probably 3 blocks in Manhattan, judging by the explosion size at the end, and he'll just go, "Whoa, how cool is this?"
Like,
It's like
yeah, millions
there's
could
like
be
mass
dead.
genocide is about to happen.
Yeah. It's brilliant.
Yeah, if you could have, if Insomniac sort of said you can only have 3 suits for whatever reason, what would you put in there?
The Raimi suit from Spider-Man 2.
I'm basically just asking what your favorite suits are.
Yeah, Raimi suit from Spider-Man 2. I'd probably go for the TASM 2 suit, and maybe...
Spider-Man?
I'm not. See, part of me is gonna go, oh, the Homecoming suit, but I don't like. I don't know. Like, if people have seen like the behind-the-scenes stuff for Civil War, he had like a raised webbing suit in there. I kind of like that. I do like the Homecoming suit, but it looks a bit too materialistic for me. Like everything's has to be shapes. But for my third suit, I'd probably say probably the symbiote suit from Battle World or something. God, I sound like a... yeah,
My favorite Spider-Man suit is the red one. Yeah.
I want the blue one.
I love blue.
What about you, Harry? What are your 3 favorite suits?
Please.
Okay. Well, obviously the first one would be Spider-Man. No joke. Second one. See, I'd love the 420 Blazer suit. I'm sorry, that'd be fantastic.
Yeah, it would be awesome.
That would be just
oh yeah, the
fucking insane. For with the filter that Will suggested as well, that'd be just
Right.
fucking hilarious.
Thought of a suit
And
that you might like even more that will possibly replace your third option.
What?
Noir Man. He's black and white. He has a trench coat, and when you have it on, in like the filter, everything's black and white.
see,
Whole thing is black and white.
I didn't like that.
Well,
What I was going to suggest was they add another feature in for customization, which is like this spray paint tool where you can like just put whatever you want on the suit. It's like if you want to go around with like a massive pink penis on your chest, you can do.
That would be so good.
I found a thing, Will. Oh, Carol.
no, I actually love the idea of that because he's like, "Oh, Lee, this isn't you." He's like, "You don't know me," and he's just got a massive dick on his chest.
I put a thing in the sky.
Who are you to judge me?
Ultimately, he plays it with Spider-Man. By the way, do you want me to move on to Kai's entries now?
Yeah, let's do some diary entries, shall we? Only
Yeah,
a few
we didn't
people
do
have
it last
seen a
time,
couple
so-
of these. Like I think Callum's seen. But I find it amusing. I've been writing a diary for the last month. A la Carl's diary from Ricky Gervais show. And because I have this fascination of hearing things from other people, because I'm always editing everything myself, like all the stuff I'm in. But hearing other people having fun and and whatnot always makes me happy. So read out my diary entries from your perspective, Harry. Would you like to start chronologically from the beginning? Huh?
12th of September, 27. Had a very early morning, just before falling asleep. Thought, do deaf people communicate differently if they don't have hands? Had a memory come back to present moment about how I saw a deaf couple on the bus. The guy was using sign language and was with his partner. Sorry, your handwriting's really small. He was complaining about how his partner didn't agree that Fallout 3 was better than Fallout New. Well, hold on, I thought they were deaf. How did you understand what they were saying?
Sign language.
It weirdly.
It comes later. Read it.
When deaf people talk and they're like,
I could tell as he'd been to Kex and had a bag of discount £1 games. Come to the conclusion that sign language tiffs are really entertaining to watch unfold. They got off at Tesco, oh, kinky, and were still arguing as we left.
It was so funny to watch.
There's another point, but I'll let us dwell on the first one at the moment. What the fuck?
What do you mean?
Oh, like what do you mean? Like, how is it entertaining? I don't understand.
Because they're just flapping their
sign
arms
language?
around.
Yeah, basically, imagine a high five, right? But intense hand spasms and like you're trying to swat a bee all at once. Imagine that. It's
I
great.
just like to put it out there. I have nothing against deaf people. I think they're great. I have a deaf friend, and we have conversations and stuff.
Yeah, and that makes it okay. That's like the
I
whole
won't be able to
argument
hear
of like, I'm not racist because I have a black friend, and that makes it okay.
Harry, say that again.
They won't be able to hear the podcast. It's fine.
Oh, one of those people that are on like CBeebies in the bottom corner narrating it. Just like with their hands.
Okay.
Have you noticed how those people are always slightly like out of sync? Like an
They
argument's
are-
happening, argument's happening, and then it's resolved, but there's still sign languaging aggression.
I think it's because it's like,
Yeah, they have a bit of a pissed like look on their faces while they're doing it, don't they?
yeah, I think it's also because it's like sign language is kind of like many other languages in the way of like one word that could be said simply in English is like 20 words to say the same thing.
It's
in a
like the
different
Japanese language.
Can we not just hold up signs with words on?
That would be much harder.
Because then that'll be that'll be sign wording.
It just reminds me of it reminds me of the episode of Adventure Time, like the one-off one where Finn and Jake get like just signs, but they run out of the signs, so they're scaring Beemo.
No, it's not that they run out; it's that they're only allowed to use a certain amount of signs.
All right.
Can I just point out that diary is one letter swap away from dairy, which is what makes my very precious vanilla milkshakes.
Oh yeah, me and Callum are on the hunt for vanilla milkshakes.
Yeah, you can get them in your Tesco. They are nowhere over here.
Oh, Kai, you know I treated you to that absolutely gorgeous like Belgium chocolate milkshake last time we hang out in town.
The one that was $1.29 and worth it.
Yes, because it was like 30, like the whole bottle was like 40% sugar because it was Belgium chocolate. They do a vanilla one. It's not as good. I'm very sad. I tried it at SunnyCon. It's one of those milkshakes where it's like it doesn't have a very strong flavor.
Did you say milkshake?
Yes, probably. You know I say things weird.
It's a Japanese rip-off.
Oh, okay.
Can we just really quickly go, like, I actually do want to know. Because obviously deaf people will use sign language, aren't they? What if they don't have any hands? Do they have, like, another method?
They headbutt.
They use the Helen Keller method and just look around blankly at things going, yes!
I imagine they use Morse code.
Now, I highly doubt that because I'm pretty sure if you were rapidly blinking like that all the time, you would probably get some form of seizure.
You won't be able to tell if they were having a seizure or going, can you go down the shop and buy me some milk?
And morbid so quickly. Do you think John's having a seizure? No, he's saying that his dog's trapped in a well. Help!
It's not Lassie.
It is.
What's it, John?
Hey,
There's someone trapped in
don't
a well.
discriminate deaf people. If a deaf person wishes to be a dog trapped in a well, a deaf person will be a dog trapped in a goddamn well.
Okay. Anyway, moving on. Remembered back
We'll do two more.
Okay. Remembered back to primary school, year 5, when we went into class to find out that everything had been trashed up and broken. Tables everywhere, upside down, and Gaz was ear written on the whiteboard. The teacher had a black eye and was strewn across the floor. Instead of going to the hospital, she told us to write about it. I thought what the point was, and what she told us is that it was a prank. I wasn't bothered. What?
I really wasn't. It was one of those things where she was. How she explained it anyway was like.
You're making this.
No, I'm not. I'm genuinely not. You can ask my teachers, right? It was one of those things where they had to have us write something based on like our reactions at the time. So you know, like how some news stories and stuff as they're happening, like some bomb goes off and they have to whatever. We walked in. What's year 5?
About 10.
Yeah, but 9 or 10 years old. Walk in, everything's like trashed everywhere, and they're like, oh yeah, you want to write about it and stuff. Oh god, boo-hoo me. I'm just sat there like trying to make sense of it all. I'm like, why aren't you in the hospital yet?
I mean, like, there's several easier situations that they could have come up with. Why do they have to trash the classroom in order for you to write about it?
Yeah, and put Gaz was here on the board. Yeah.
Oh god, and it's written incorrectly as well. It's like adults trying to understand teenage language and not understanding.
Yeah. Anyway, do you want to do a couple more?
Yeah. Okay. I'll do 2 more. 14th of September, 2017. Had a realization that something keeps reoccurring in my dreams recently. Nothing special. Just that there's an... The hell does that say?
Aubergine
In the fridge. We never bought one in our lives. And it annoys me that I don't know why it's so significant to the dream. I don't even like aubergines.
I don't know why it's there.
All right, let's try and analyze this dream, okay? Well, what do you think it means?
Well,
Callum, what do you think it means?
He likes fruit and veg.
No, but he doesn't, does he? He doesn't like aubergines.
I think it's a it's Kai describing his life of torment and pain from when he was beaten thoroughly by
my thought is, but you
on
know,
that pain.
I've heard somewhere that if you meet somebody in a dream you've never met before, that you will at some point in your life meet them and they'll be your one true love. I think that's what the eggplant is, or the aubergine.
The eggplant one true love.
We'll sit on a bench together and it will slowly fall into my lap and I'll go, whoa there.
We're gonna make like Tasty Love 2 Veggie Tales edition. Is
Yeah,
this what this is?
I don't like the taste of them. Doesn't mean I don't like them sexually.
Fair enough.
Anyway,
I mean,
okay.
I'm kind of stuck with eating aubergines because my dad's doing one of those. I've got to eat healthy to lose weight, so I'm bringing all you fuckers down with me. And basically, like almost every meal now is some kind of fish and or
steak or chicken.
Yeah.
I'm just imagining some kind of like Shakespearean tragedy similar to Romeo and Juliet, where he overcomes his prejudice against aubergines and falls in love with an aubergine.
Is he stood there with like
the Newtons and the aubergines?
Is he stood there with a skull in his hand, looking longingly at it?
That's Hamlet.
Shut up, Harry.
Yeah, Harry, you don't know Shakespeare personally, so you can't talk on his behalf. Yeah. I showed him.
Anyway, next entry. 13th of September 2017. You've gone from 14th of September to 13th of September.
That's why I said do them in chronological order, you nut.
Fucking weird. What? I'm just confused why you wrote it like that.
I told you ages ago.
What do you expect me to do? Remember?
Yes.
Yeah, how dare you ask Harry to do a standard human function? What's wrong with you?
Hey, Harry, how about you breathe
You
next?
barbaric animal.
Anyway, go on.
Anyway, 13th of September 2017. Got an ice cream at Archer's. A chewy-looking guy with a backwards hat was in the front.
Chaffee.
Oh, Chavvy, right.
Chewy. Where's the guy's Chewy?
It's Chewbacca just selling you an ice cream. But yeah, okay. A chavvy-looking guy with a backwards hat was in front ordering. The server was proper going at the ice cream and manifested at a scoop the size of a guy's face. Looking shocked, he turned to me and went, "Aye, this is worth £2." But I think that's to do with the fact that he had a really small face.
Wait.
When you said that, I imagine him as like one of those like pinhead voodoo dolls.
His face was really tiny though.
He is tiny boy.
I'm having trouble visualizing this. Like a guy with like an ice cream cone shaped face.
No.
Yeah.
The scoop was as big as his face, but his face wasn't that big.
How small are we talking in terms of his face?
Well, shockingly small that I wrote a story about it.
These are all real dreams.
What?
Did this actually happen?
Yes. It
You
was
actually met a guy with an ice cream cone sized face.
No, the scoop was quite large, right? Because I said he was going at it. But it's the fact that the scoop was kind of big, but you know, it was as big as his face, but his face was only the size of a big scoop of ice cream.
What the fuck are you talking about, Kai? Like, I am fascinated by this concept. Like, are you able to do like a quick visualization, like just a quick drawing of what you mean?
Right, a normal sized scoop of ice cream is not that big, okay? Right? A quite large scoop of ice cream is also not that big, which is why I said he had a small face, because it was exactly the same size as that piece of ice cream. I don't know about you, Harry, but I've never had a piece of ice cream the size of a human face before, like average size. If I did. I imagine you go into an ice cream parlour and going, "I'll have one head, please." Oh dear.
This is the part where it's like I decide to work at said ice cream parlor, and when I give Kai a scoop, it's like jokes on him. It's an actual human head in here. Oh, whoa! What a prank! Am I right, guys?
You're like,
Face
oh,
scoops, get your face
Ha!
scoops.
Get pranked! You're a cannibal now, fucko! Boom!
do you want to right, one sec. Okay, read 14th of September entry 2, and then we'll.
I have to go 14th of September. That's entry 3. Entry 2. That's my passport. That's question mark was times 10. That's the 19th. That's a question mark with a times 3. Can't find it.
Everything earlier you had it.
Sure. I do somewhere.
Question mark.
Don't we send it?
Yeah, please. What do you say, Phil?
I was gonna say maybe it'd be easier to find if you didn't have like over 10 question marks.
No. It wasn't a question. It wasn't over 10 question marks. It was a question mark with like the visualization times 10 next to it.
Why were you sending that to yourself?
To keep the image.
Oh. I must be wondrous of this a good many times.
No, like I kept it because I was doing a time thing.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, 14th. That's a little entry. Look at it, it's cute. The 14th of September, 2017. This is better handwriting. Entered a new realm of stupidity. Phone low on battery, so I lean over to plug it in, and instead wait 3 seconds and turn the light on. Afterward, I felt like I should be euthanized.
I don't know what my thought process was. I leant over to plug my phone in, but instead just turned the light on, rolled back over, and went, still haven't plugged it in yet. What happened? It's such a simple thing.
I had a brain blank.
Yeah, but it was like within 3 seconds. How?
You have a brain douche.
Oh no, don't bring that back.
A brain douche.
Yeah,
I think pretty much the only thing that I like that is to be said on that is that you're a fucking numpty.
Oh shit.
Oh.
Now, Kaya, I don't want to say you just got fucking destroyed, but you're a numpty buckos.
That's right.
You show him.
It's Callum.
You're a bloody numpty.
It's the best Yorkshire insult that you can use.
You fucking numpty.
Pleb.
You sound like my uncle Chippy, who can take out his
Oh
teeth.
god.
Uncle-
I feel like that's unbelievably northern as well. He's also named after a chip shop.
Yeah, his name's Chippy, and he used to frighten me as a kid because he always used to come up to me like, within face distance and just pull out his teeth.
Oh my god.
Particular reason, or was it just because he enjoyed frightening little children?
It's also because Kai's also terrified because teeth wasn't the only thing he pulled out. Oh no.
Callum, have your relatives ever pulled anything out to you?
No, I don't have relatives anymore.
Oh, sorry.
It's like
Welcome to the world, kids.
the thing that I always find weird is it's like, why is it whenever there's a creepy guy in the family, why is it always like an uncle or a granddad?
Yeah,
Why do you never hear about like a creepy mum?
Why can't it be the cat?
Yeah.
Or the gecko? Or the frozen lizard?
Oh god.
I imagine a lizard sat in like his little cage not doing anything. Somebody walks by it and just licks its lips.
I mean,
Oh no! I'm gonna fuck that lizard.
you do have creepy mothers. I mean, like you have Norman Bates' mum. She's pretty creepy. She's dead.
Well, I mean, that's as creepy as you can get, because if a dead woman comes up to you, I'm not sure how I'd feel about that. It'd be
For
a
some
bit
reason, you immediately made me think of just an old woman lizard with like a croaky smoker's voice, just going, "I would really like to tap that."
weird. Oh no! Why does he sound like Ned from South Park? The guy with like the voice modulator box. I would like to tap that. Brett.
Anyway,
Then we
yeah.
need to do the filmy, gamey thingy plan.
We just it's already been an hour. I think we replaced that with the Noir.
The
Noir
Noir,
stuff.
yeah.
I think because Callum's been silent for a while, like he should pick out the next topic,
Yeah.
the final topic that we're going to end the podcast on.
Well, I mean, we could still add in the filmy, guessy, gamey thingy, because whilst the Noir thing did kind of replace its segment and stuff, if it's like a running trope, we probably shouldn't like cancel it out.
Nah, I don't know. I'm not really feeling it.
Oh, fair enough.
I don't really feel it, Mr. Krabs.
Oh
Feeling
no!
it, Mr. Krabs?
But I have such a good game that you'll never guess. Here's my
Go
hint.
on, man.
Do
Go on.
do 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 do.
How do you not get yelled at every night, Will?
Because I go when I hear my dad come upstairs, I jump into bed and pretend I'm asleep so he can't shout at me. I think it's Hey Luigi, what do you think this game is?
Is the
Hey,
game?
Mario,
Mario.
Is the
No,
game?
Luigi, don't be a fucking idiot.
Not being fucking idiot, Mario.
Is the game Ice Age 3: Dawn of the Dinosaurs for the Wii console?
Oh my god, is that a thing? I hope it is.
I thought you said ISIS 3 Dawn of the Dead.
ISIS 3 Dawn of the Goats.
ISIS is not funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but we make it funny because first world problems don't exist.
Before we end the podcast, can we do the last couple of minutes really close to the microphone, seductively talking?
Well, I mean, I don't know if that's appropriate.
Hey, Callum, let me whisper in your ear.
Oh my god, Harry, no. It's too gruff.
She wants you.
Like, you're just gonna have me just like, hey.
Hey, Harry.
Hey, Luigi.
How you enjoying all those 8 legs? We also figured out that Alan might be a poultrophile.
Oh.
Means he likes chickens. Because at the PB thing, at the 2-year PB thing, he ate all of Callum's chicken.
And my chicken.
Yeah.
He ate all the chicken.
Callum, would you like to pitch in your thoughts?
I must say, eating all that chicken would make him a bit gassy.
What's the plan for the chicken security?
We don't buy any fucking chicken.
No, you cannot not buy chicken. I will not stand
Yeah,
for
I
that.
agree, but we just keep Alan away from it.
We
How
could just lock
now?
him in a room. I mean, he gets drunk very quickly. Just give him like one
About-
strongbow and lock him in a
Wait,
room.
hang on, that doesn't
Can we
sound
just,
right.
like-
Let's get him
No,
really drunk so then we can manipulate him to our will. Hold
Just,
on a second.
Can we hold this one in a sewer? And as soon as he walks in, he's just like, "Oh, hey guys, I'm here." We like open this massive pipe, just flood him with alcohol. Don't even care about it so long. Just flood him with alcohol and just be like, "Good riddance."
Oh, we tell him to dress. We're in
So
the
then we swing
same-
at the camera,
we're in
and then we
same
swing at the
sewer.
camera again.
But hear me out. We're in the same sewer, but we tell him to come dressed up as Shredder, and when we open the pipe, instead of alcohol, it's Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, and they come out and they fucking cleave them in two. Ah, better idea. So basically,
Can we
he's
just,
gonna
like-
come dressed up, go in a sewer. We're gonna open a pipe, and like 4 very small tortoises and a rat's just gonna run out.
My mission, as some people know, is that whenever people get drunk, I always try and ask them to buy me a boat. It stemmed from when Alan was drunk and offered his then girlfriend for him to pay for a Thailand trip. So I thought I'd take advantage of this and ask him to buy me a boat. He said, "Yeah, sure," but in the morning he said I needed written permission and like a legal document. So this time, if this thing goes ahead, I'm going to look on Google, right, for an actual legal slip that makes him need to buy me a boat, and I'm going to get him to sign it. I don't care if he
Right.
I don't care if he listens to this. He will be too drunk to know.
Yes.
Like, can we just, set it on a really rainy day? So, he's in his raincoat. And then can we just have, like, Will in a sewer just like, "Hi, Alan."
Oh no.
What is your fascination with sewers? I'm very worried. Oh God.
Anyway.
I mean, like, we started this conversation with sticking things up your sewer, so...
And now we're being reverted to. So, oh my God, this is all a euphemism. Callum just really wants to hide Alan in his butt. That's the best way to keep him out of doing anything. Oh God.
Well, I'm not kidding. This has actually been one of my favorite podcasts because it's not derailed too much.
It's because your boy Will's back and I'm contributing nothing. So yeah.
Also, we've actually had some constructive conversations about game.
Yes.
We've had one.
Well then, why don't we start another?
Yeah, but it's...
I'm sorry. Do I hear the sounds of a quitter?
I'm a quitter. I'm a
What?
splitter.
What's a video game?
Get up the stairs!
Don't want to talk about. I just want to leave.
I do.
Can we just talk about one other video game, if possible?
Yeah.
What a
Right.
video game.
And Harry, listen to this very closely. That Star Wars Battlefront 2 has
Oh.
cross-era sort of fights going on.
Oh, but wait, when you say cross era, do you mean, like,
I'm talking Darth Maul is fighting Rey.
I'm not sure how I feel about that.
Darth Maul is fighting the dinosaurs.
Yeah,
That-
like when me and Callum watched it in the E3 thing, it was E3, wasn't it, Callum?
Yeah.
We were just like, Star Wars, why don't you know what a timeline is?
Yeah,
It's EA, that's the problem.
I mean, on a recent Battlefront video, on Battlefront 1, I was Han Solo fighting against Krennic.
Oh no.
Yeah. Well, at the same point, it's like, I understand there's a time and place for like chronological orders in games and whatnot, but I feel something like Battlefront, considering it is just a generic multiplayer shooter thing, it doesn't necessarily deserve the chronological.
Han fighting Krennic makes more sense than Yoda fighting Kylo Ren.
Wait. Han was fighting Krennic. I don't understand that. Like, did he just moan at Han about, like, I built the Death Star? That's pretty much all he did throughout that film.
Yeah, but I'm still saying it makes more sense than, like, Supercross era stuff. I mean, they did add Rogue One characters into Battlefront, but
Harry.
that is more realistic than what they're doing now.
Now, Harry, agree with me here, agree with me and Callum. Not sure if Will's seen it either, but the last couple of minutes of Rogue One, bliss.
I've watched Rogue One, but I've watched it the once, and I honestly cannot remember what happens in the end.
So did Harry just die then?
Sorry, I went out to talk to someone.
Hey.
Sorry, what happened?
Agree with us here. The last couple minutes, 5 minutes of Rogue One was bliss.
Oh yeah,
just watching Darth Vader just maul everyone.
Pretty much, like, the first 2 acts of the film. I mean, they were all right, but nothing really happened. Like, you have Krennic. You have Krennic just saying, "Oh yeah, I built the Death Star," and Vader saying, "Fucking no, bitch," and Tarkin just being like,
that film got better as it went on. To be honest.
Huh?
I felt like that film just got better as it went on.
Yeah, but like the last bit of it, even though I wasn't really invested with, like, what's her fucking name? Jyn Erso, that was it.
Yeah,
Like she was a bit of a
weed.
She has Shadow the Hedgehog syndrome. Like she starts off as, like, you know, like an all right character, but like
slowly turns into an edgy OC.
Exactly, yeah.
I imagine Ray coming up to Jen being a
strong female character.
I imagine Ray like coming up to Jen and going, "I think you're the fake hedgehog around here."
And she replies with,
"It's funny because Ray wouldn't even be alive then."
That's the case, bub. Look how edgy I am.
You're comparing yourself to me?
Don't compare yourself to me. I've got rocket boots.
You're not even good enough to be. I mean, can we those words?
Yeah.
Don't compare.
The word sounds very
Stark.
Oh no, can we not do this?
Sickness.
But yeah, I don't think for a game like Battlefield, having like non-chronologically ordered crossover characters isn't a bad thing.
Star Wars Battlefront.
Because it's like, if your argument is that, huh?
Star Wars Battlefront. You said Battlefield.
Yeah, same difference.
Cretin.
Well, I mean, they're made by the same company, so it's pretty much the same game.
Ooh.
But
no, it's not. Alex Kidd and Sonic are made by the same company. They're not the same fucking game.
they have the same premise. You just run around and collect things.
Oh, Callum, sit back, lad. Put up a deck chair.
As someone that's played Battlefield and Battlefront, they do play very similar, except for one has pew pew guns and one has bullets. Takes place in World War One.
They also have
To be fair,
they have the exact same menus. Only I don't think Battlefront has Callum shoveling.
No, it doesn't.
to be fair, you are kind of right. Like, about a lot of FPSs, a lot of them, people, like, say for example Alan, for instance, like, he says that, you know, Overwatch is so much different than, like, it's not. Which is one he plays? Is it Overwatch or is it
Siege?
Siege.
Yeah,
no, it's Rainbow Six, isn't it? That he plays?
Yeah,
Yeah, Siege.
Yeah, like, so like he goes on about like how like those games are so much better than other shooting games, whereas in actual fact it's just they're all shooty bang bang games. Nothing
Siege
really
is
goes
basically just Overwatch and CS:GO's bastard child. It's basically just CS:GO mechanics with limited teams and abilities.
You know what you should play?
What?
Something that Callum brought to my attention the other day, which I'm fabulously amazed that he did. The Fancy Pants Adventure.
Oh yeah, I played that. That's a really cool old series. I love them.
I love that so much.
As I was saying, back to like the original thing about the crossover thing, it's like if you're not like, do you like Smash Bros?
I do.
All right.
Yeah, well then, why won't you get mad about the chronological order in that? Because characters from that all came out at different times, you know?
I mean, Toon
Things
Link
like
and Link are in there, aren't they? Both together.
Exactly, but we're not going to get started on the Zelda timeline, because that's a
Right,
whole
correct me if I'm wrong, because I haven't played Melee or Melee, however you pronounce it. Is Baby Mario in that, or am I thinking of something else?
No,
Young Link.
that's Mario Kart you're thinking of, buddy.
Because I remember that I remember the whole premise in my head of there being a character in a younger version, or an earlier thing. I think I'm thinking of the fact they had Pikachu and Pichu.
No,
Yeah.
you might be thinking that, but you could also be thinking of Link and Young Link too.
Yeah, that's also a thing. Yeah, no, I wouldn't necessarily get mad because at the end of the day, if it was meant to be like set as a chronologically ordered thing, so it was like specifically following like one episode or something, then yeah, I'd get mad if something like that happened because it would make no literal sense. But it's basically just, you know, like appealing to the fans, boners and whatnot, because, you know, Darth Maul fighting whoever is cool. It's the same premise of Smash Bros, really, of like, you know, who would win, Mario or Naked Shulk?
Like that.
Naked Shulk.
That part confused me as well, because for ages, I'm not exactly versed in Mega Man lore, but I know that Mega Man X and Mega Man are different people, aren't they? Or they're just an older version. Okay, so he's a different person. And obviously they exist together, don't they? So Mega Man.
I think Mega Man X is like an upgraded Mega Man.
Yeah, Mega Man.
Because Mega Man X is basically just Mega Man 10.
Mega Man Classic is in Smash Bros with like Mario, but Mega Man X is in Marvel vs. Capcom. So
I think Mega Man X is also technically in Smash Bros because his final Smash has him bringing in all the other generations of like Mega Men.
Is the red one with the cool hair called Z or Z or something?
I think so. I can't remember. Like in all honesty, I'm not.
Oh, his name's Zero. That's it. His name's Zero.
Yeah, it's Mega Man Zero.
Like, is he actually called Mega Man Zero? Like,
I'm not too sure actually, because they are all made by like Dr. Light. So I don't know if Mega Man is just like the singular robot or if
it's like a brand.
Yeah.
The heck is
Mega
Mega Man ZX?
Don't start looking into Mega Man. It's like going down a fucking rabbit hole. It will never end.
Oh, we've learned a lot about holes this podcast.
My favorite Mega Man villain is Mega Man 17's Dr. Eggman. What if Eggman was Egget from other Mania Sonic game? Maybe Mania is Mario. It's like I know what we're referencing, and you won't believe how badly I want to go. But what if Sonic is Bowser from other game?
What are legs? What
I
are my
love
legs?
Ding Dong's great.
Hey, say something to your audience, Chris.
Fuck you.
I'll kill you.
I'm gonna kill you.
Do you think this is a good time to wrap
Be
it up?
careful.
Or is there anyone else want to talk about?
Holy.
I think now is a good time to wrap up like we did in the Noir thing. Everyone get your jump raps.
One second. You said rap, right?
Then the pickle exploded.
You say raps, right? And
Yeah.
Stephen will be happy to this because he's been messaging me a lot since the couple of podcasts. He brought me to the to attention the fact that you don't understand how tortilla wraps work.
I don't.
Please elaborate.
What do you mean elaborate? Like it's pretty simple. Like they're just weird surfaces that you wrap up and like they have gooey solid stuff in, and I don't understand how you're supposed to eat that.
What's a sandwich?
Shit.
Well, you owned me, Harry.
no, like with a sandwich, like you've seen me eat a sandwich before anyway. Like if you give me a bacon sandwich, I'll eat the bacon first and I'll eat the bread.
I've never really seen you eat a sandwich before. You really get there.
Like no, because I know people will just look at me and just be like, "What are you doing?" But like when I was given last time I was given a wrap, which was about a year ago. Like Mum had made them specially, and like I tried my very best to eat it. Like I ate one of them,
Just hold
like
it.
barely. I ate one of them barely.
It depends on how people wrap it, because a lot of people don't wrap them.
The other one I couldn't understand, and it was hurting my head too much. So eventually I just decided I'm just gonna put it in the bin.
I can imagine Harry's there and his mum just like, oh Harry, I've spent all day, you know, sweat and blood have gone into these tortilla wraps I've made, and Harry takes one look at it and it's just like, you went like back out of the plate, out of the thing. How dare you serve me wraps? You know
so I can't comprehend them?
They're difficult.
These little wraps of meaty vegetables.
Harry,
That's how they
Harry,
sully
you
my
fill
face.
it, you pull one bit of the wrap up and then fold it side to side, and that's it. If you wrap it wrong, then it all falls out.
Well, exactly. No. Like if you wrap it all up and stuff, like all the food and stuff, you can't grip something that has like fucking beans or some shit in.
Yes, you can. You
can't.
You have to wrap it properly. Look how Mexican food works, Harry.
No, but like you still get
No. Listen, Harry.
Go observe the
Tomato-y.
Mexicans, and then maybe you'll understand.
Listen, learn how Mexican food works, right? They name everything based on how you fold the thing, right? So they have a class of things. So if it's filled with, say, a certain filling, you can have it as a hand food, so you can eat it. You have to fold it right, which is why I always fold them up from the bottom.
No.
Whereas things like enchiladas, you can't eat because they're full of beans. They're wrapped, you put the cheese over the top, melt it, and you eat it with a knife and fork.
No.
Be more culinary, Harry.
Wraps don't work because
Yes, they
things
do.
fall out. They don't.
Why every time
that's
I've had a wrap
because-
has things not fallen out?
Because you must know some like secret thing that I don't know.
Oh yes, folding it up left and right is somehow some kind of whimsical wizardry.
No, but like you get like really sticky fingers as a
I
result.
would
of...
just like to point out that we sometimes have wraps in my placement, and my host literally just wraps it side to side.
Oh, they are
And
terrible. Right.
Yes,
okay.
tell me about it.
Harry, when you're making a sandwich, right? Because you say that your hands get sticky when wrapping up a wrap. You're evidently not doing it right. When
Maybe
you're
just gets a little bit too excited.
When you're making a sandwich, do you just like fondle the insides when you're putting the bread on? When you're making a wrap, you touch the wrap, not the inside. You wrap it up once.
Yeah, but it's
and
almost
side to
impossible
side.
to decipher which one's which because
Alright,
like you end up just.
If you next time you come round, right, I'm making myself a wrap because you won't eat it. I'm going to show you exactly how simple it is. Okay?
It's not.
Yes, it is.
I think
it's not.
I think it's mainly down to the fact that like Harry doesn't like to touch food because it's gross and his hands get sticky. Because I'm kind of the same. Like I like wraps, I like enchiladas and stuff, but I'm not keen on them in the fact that
I'm
like
not fond of enchiladas. I'll put that out there.
hand foods are a bit.
I'll have a nice signing. Right, with a sandwich, Will, do you cut it in half or do you cut it like diagonally, or do you not cut it at all?
I usually don't cut it because I'm lazy. I don't even butter the bread. Like...
I don't either. I only butter
Yeah.
bread if it has something that if I have like a sauce or a condiment in it, that's enough moisture for me.
I'll also butter the bread if I'm looking for like a certain taste as well, because there are some tastes you can only get with butter, like butter and jam.
Okay.
That's a good taste.
Yeah. Okay. So here's what I'm going to ask. This is for everyone. When you put jam in a sandwich, do you butter it as well?
Depends on whether or not I want buttery jam sandwich.
What about Harry?
What?
Do you
butter your
your
jam?
bread then put your jam on?
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Callum?
I want to stick my dick in a big pile of cotton buds.
Now, Callum, I don't want to sound negative here, but I can't help but notice how you're not contributing.
Yeah, because you're a culinary master, Mr. Callum.
Why?
Would you put butter with jam?
What do you mean, culinary master?
Well, you know that cheeky vanilla. But yeah, would you put butter and jam together? Do you think they go?
I don't really like butter on bread personally.
Right. Now,
but I like butter. Like, say if I like butter on toast, but I won't really have butter with anything else on toast.
yeah. Okay. So the next
is heaven.
I put butter in my jam. My next one is chocolate spread. Is it the same kind of procedure?
Yeah.
Yeah, I tend not to put butter on chocolate spreads because I feel like it makes it's too much.
I don't put
for me.
I don't put butter on chocolate spread, not because of like some people disagree with the taste. I think it's just that notion of the fact that like the chocolate is already kind of spreading over it and it's already a nice gooiness.
Yeah.
What about peanut butter? Everyone else with
Peanut butter, I don't butter because in my mind I know it's not the same, but I'm just like, well, I don't have to butter it if it's peanut butter because there's butter in the name, so it's basically butter anyway. So I'm gonna be lazy.
What about you,
Not
Harry?
butter
Are
this
you
bread.
well versed in peanut butters?
I don't like peanut butter.
Do you not?
It's too nutty.
Ha! Whoa!
I don't
What
like my leg. It looks too much like a leg.
I'd love that if that was actually Harry's logic for everything. It'd be so good. It's like, Harry, you've been like, I don't know, like he's been going to the gym or something, and it's like, oh, hey, Harry, your body's looking good. You're like all toned up and stuff, and he's like, oh, well, I don't really like my body. I'm like, why? You look amazing. You're like the fittest you've ever been in your entire life. Your tone is just like, well, it looks like a body, so I don't like it. It'll be so good.
I imagine him falling down, like his body just dissipate, and just his arms and his legs and his head fall off. Well, are you gonna
like his
sweep
main
me up or
torso
what?
just falls off.
Are you gonna sweep me up or what?
Oh, that'd be amazing.
Harry, you're amazing.
Oh.
Why?
Just because,
Harry, we've just turned you into a character. Just deal with it.
because your
You're
logic
an
brings
amazing
on
person.
your logic brings on really entertaining stories.
Oh.
Even if we beat you into the ground with them, they are really funny.
Welcome. I think going back to the whole rap and like eating
Oh, please don't.
bacon before a sandwich thing.
All right, go on. Yeah, okay. My mum does
Like,
that.
yeah, I think it's because I'm slightly autistic and I like to eat solid things separately.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. It's just a pattern to it. It's just like if I eat it all together, it just feels wrong.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
So wait, what happens when you eat something that's like solid but has liquid in the middle, or like something gooey in the middle?
It
Does
depends.
your brain just sort of confumble like a cat that's just tried a lemon?
If it's
Confundible is
savory, yes.
the best British word.
Well, I think if it's gooey in the middle, then it probably
could you
wouldn't cause too much of a problem because that's
Harry.
how it's designed to be eaten.
What
I
happens
think-
if you eat a Ferrero Rocher?
I like Ferrero Rochers.
Yeah, Ferrero Rocher.
I do too. Yeah.
I love that.
I think it's a case of like, as someone who is also autistic, like I don't necessarily get the same thing as Harry does, but I think it's a case of like things that can be deconstructed will
like
be
to have them
deconstructed upon
deconstructed.
eating,
Yeah.
because then you can, like, it's not meant to be together, but something like a Ferrero Rocher is made in a specific way because it's meant to be specifically
Is
like that. So
That's
because you
pretty
can't
much it,
disassemble it.
Harry, is that the reason why you don't like pizza? Because you're like, there's cheese on this. Why isn't it coming off?
I
Yeah.
just
Or is it just the
pretty
taste of
much-
it?
A bit of both. I'm just not. I like the smell of pizza weirdly. Like I just don't like
Oh yeah,
Nice.
pizza smells heavenly.
the smell of it's really nice.
Mm.
But like you can't go to a pizza shop and just ask, can I have like a whiff of pizza, please?
29p.
I wish to smell the pizza.
I wish to smell it.
Hello, I'd like to order one cheese pizza to smell. I'd like to smell the pizza.
And they're like, please
Oh, God.
get out of our store. We're calling security. And he's like, I will sniff you.
I want to smell you.
I need to smell the pizza.
How much for a whiff of you, please?
How much dedicated wham does the pizza need?
How much for a whiff of the band you two?
Dedicated wham. Oh.
I wish to hear some chicken nuggets.
I would like to meet the
I wish
band.
to gaze lovingly upon some of them nooks.
I would like to meet the band in sync.
I want to hear a kebab scream as I my gullet.
I feel like that went like kind of bang. It's like, oh yes, I'd like to hear that kebab scream. Scream in the darkness.
Have you ever sat with a bag of crisps or something inside a packet, opened them up, and just done a scream?
No.
No. No, I don't think normal people open a packet of crisps, look into the packets of crisps and go, whoa, fuck, it's a packet of crisps. Whoa, that was a close one.
No, I open. Well, I mean, you know, maybe it's a hypothetical situation. Maybe it's not. Maybe I do this. Maybe I don't. But open it up and like as I'm opening it up, I'm like, you're probably screaming in pain now, aren't you? Good.
Well, I mean, no, because if anything, they're going to be thanking you because you released them from their dark prison and giving them oxygen.
Calypso, I release you from your bonds.
Oh, God.
What if the world is like a packet of crisps, and then when we die, we exit the
You get
bag?
eaten by the interstellar being known as God.
No, you get eaten by the interstellar being known as John, who bought a packet of knickknacks from the co-op.
Oh my God. Well, my name's John. Like knickknacks.
Created universe yesterday. For you, it's been like 2,000 years.
out of knickknacks and little squishy knickknacks that I'll eat when they're about to go off and expire.
Now, Harry, you're not a crisp man, are you?
I don't like
Like
crisps.
like a maze. Are you? It's gonna sound weird here. And are you a cracker man?
I do quite like crackers.
Do you
Crackers are-
like crackers and small assorted biscuits?
Oh, yes.
Oh, we're making Harry a bit warm here. You know what doesn't quite work with me? How Americans, and no offense to you, can't quite grasp the difference between a cookie and a biscuit.
Cookie has bits in.
Yeah, for me.
Well, in
For me-
America, isn't it like
everything that's like a sweet biscuit is a cookie.
I think.
But then everything that's like a dry, savory, crumbly thing is a biscuit and stuff.
Yeah,
'Cause
like,
I know they
something-
call like some muffins and stuff biscuits as well.
Yeah, they call scones biscuits.
Mm. Which
Sandwiches.
is just fucking bizarre.
But yeah, like for
Because
me,
if anything, a scone's like defined more, I would say, as a cake than a biscuit.
yeah, I probably it's like for me it's like a cake or like a sweet bread, like a fruit loaf. But yeah, like for me, a cookie is like it's usually more stocky. Like a biscuit is kind of flat. You know, a biscuit is very, very flat and will sometimes have like chips in and whatnot. Like like a rich tea biscuit is what I would consider a biscuit to be, like, image-wise. Like a Maryland cookie is what I would assume is a cookie, yeah. But like it's just the fact that, and if any American viewers are watching, please don't correct us on this. We're right. there is a distinct difference. I think what we do is we have like a set of things, and you know how like with a species of like, say the species of spider, they go, alright, this is a spider, but here's like 50 different variants. What we do is we take what is known as a cookie and a biscuit, and we go, okay, this is a biscuit, this is a cookie. They just go, they're all just cookies, really, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn Americans misappropriating fucking biscuits.
What really annoys me is people who count Jaffa cakes as biscuits.
Oh god, no.
It's a cake.
They're not cakes. It's in the name.
Yeah.
Like, albeit they did call it a cake to try and it's going to sound stupid here, and this is a real thing. They called it the Jaffa cake, right, to get out of paying biscuit tax. I'm not joking.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
And there's the whole thing, right? So for you, Will, just to get on record, is a Jaffa cake a cake or a biscuit?
It is a mystery.
This is a mystery, Harry.
It's the cake, you cretin.
Okay, what about you, Callum?
It's ambrosia. It is food of the
I'm
gods.
going to the gym tomorrow, and we're talking about sweet things. You guys are not helping.
All right, moving on.
But mouth-watering Jaffa cakes are so good.
Just imagine that, like, in all the sugary parts are salt.
Oh, God.
Just imagine that Jaffa cake killed a puppy and a 2-year-old fetus.
Harry, you know when you said switching out sugar with salt? It just reminds me of when, like, when I was younger and, like, obviously my mum was like, oh, make me a cup of tea. I was like, okay. And she's like, oh, yeah, put some sugar in. I put salt in the tea. As a parent does when they're, you know, shown some kind of thing by their kids and that they want them to be proud.
Oh, did she not tell you and then you kept putting salt in her tea?
No. She was well aware that I put salt in. But it's that kind of thing of, you know, when a kid draws a picture and the parent's like, oh, I'll put it on the fridge. She downs the entire thing of tea filled with salt. And I'm like, you're a veteran.
And then when, well, it was a bit salty, son.
It's just
Do it better next time.
It just reminds me of another time when when I feel like I wanted to be euthanized, was when I was incredibly sleepy. Put it this way, I think I was up till like 6 just doing stuff. This was like years ago. I said this on like a really old podcast back in like 2012. But came downstairs and it was about, I don't know, 10 o'clock because I woke up a bit late. I came downstairs, put some Weetabix in the bowl, went over to get the appropriate thing. But to my brain, that was a bottle of Pepsi. And I wasn't looking. Poured it in, and I thought, well, I can't waste these Weetabix. There's like 2 of them, so I ate the whole thing.
Oh,
But
that's
the thing
reminding
is-
me a lot of I was watching last week and like how Tom put like a whole packet of moldy cheese in and then just ate it anyway because he
Oh,
already
it's
made
pasta.
pasta. He just couldn't be bothered to like make more pasta. Like he just ate like a packet of moldy cheese and it's like you could not. That's a valid option. Just not. Thanks.
Alright, Harry, would you like to read that out?
Tutu fuck the lasagna.
Callum, has that put...
I don't know.
Does it not mean Harry having relations with lasagna?
Well, apparently, half the things that you were on about had happy endings. So there you go.
That's a bit... Harry,
Oh,
you just
the
say
edge
that.
cut.
Callum, you need to bring us back down to earth. Tell us a sad story.
Yeah, we're too happy for our own good. Fucking ram it in our nuts.
I don't know. The Transformers 5, and there you go.
There was a time when I was a little boy and I got my foot stuck in a fox and it gnawed my other leg off. Oh no.
You're bringing me back to when you did your hillbilly voice of having relations of a very, very kinky kind with a raccoon and a microwave.
Well, you see, I'm gonna fuck that raccoon. Oh dear.
I think.
And on the note of fucking a raccoon in a microwave, I feel like this is a good part to end the podcast on.
All right then.
How does that correlate at all?
I think it's good.
Because I feel like that's where we should leave this story at.
Okay.
All right. Where did we start and where did we end? Just to lay it out.
We started with bad ideas and finished with the raccoon. We started with anal sex and fucking yourself in the ass, courteously described in antagonizing detail by Callum, and we finished in reminiscing about that one time I was talking about fucking a raccoon in a microwave.
All right then,
Right.
And on that note, I've been Kai, that's been Will, Harry, and Callum, and this has been the Pixelcast. I hope when I get a job at some point they don't listen to this, because the one thing they do is look at you online. All right,
That will
then.
be a problem.
It's been good, fellows.
Oh, why? Oh, I got shot in the face again. Oh no.
Everyone would like to say goodbye to the audience we don't have. I'm sorry, Will.
Goodbye, audience that we do have that Kai's being active butthole about.
That started the conversation.
Do you fancy having a few guests on
Like
podcast?
Steve.
See, he's been asking, and
Really?
yeah, he's
We
been
have
asking
someone legit wanting to be a guest who isn't part of this team.
Yeah.
That's new.
Mm.
Do you want?
Would
should
you
we
have him?
should we all do one next week? We'll still keep the whole 4 core men thing, but all women, and we can have a guest who hasn't really been part of the channel and stuff if you want.
Yeah, and you should bring one on as well, on another podcast.
Yeah, are you up for that next week, Alan?
I want to fucking sleep.
Yes, so do I. Actually, I need to edit my
Yeah.
video first, though.
Callum, you want to say bye to those swanky viewers?
Sup.
Exactly.
Now, I can't help but notice, but you did it wrong!
All right, and that's where we'll end. In fact, no, we'll play the ending game where we all do some rambling nonsense and see who gets the last word at the end. Racist.